Richician!
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 18. Can't believe we're almost at episode 20 already of the revived series, and there's quite a lot of questions to get through, so let's just kick it off. So there's a few questions here from LOLOL11000. My mum has said that if I go to my sister's play, she'll allow me to get your face tattooed on my arm and Dark Richician when I'm 18. Do you think this is a good idea? And do you have any other tattoo ideas for me? Well, tattoos aren't really my thing, personally. Not exactly a big fan of them. They look good, but I don't really agree with the idea of, doing things like that to one's body, like tattoos, piercings. I mean, if one of you are into that, then fair play, but neither of them are my thing personally. I wouldn't know what to suggest regarding tattoos. As for whether this is a good idea, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about my face, being on someone's body somewhere. I guess it'd be kind of cool and different. I mean, if it's on the arm and quite small, then I guess that's alright. Maybe. Next, if a girl blows raspberries at me in school, does that mean she likes me? She tried to fart on me, but I'm not sure what that means, as I know you like farts. Well, I don't think this is something I can help you with. And speaking of which... sorry about that, everyone. Fuck me! I swear, I let one off at the worst time ever when doing videos like this. Oh, God almighty. That being said, I've smelt worse. Well, as I said in a previous episode, I think it's not cool just farting on someone. It's just not nice and completely uncalled for. At least in my opinion, anyway. Well, I guess it depends how well you know this girl and whether or not the two of you get along. Do you get along with each other really well? In this case, if she... I can't get the words out. I mean, if you get along really well and does this, then I guess this might be considered banter, so maybe she does. But if she's just not a nice person, and you don't get along at all, then it probably doesn't mean that she likes you, if that makes any sense. But I wouldn't know for sure, because this has never happened to me, so I really don't think I can help you that much here. I mean, I tried, but I'm not sure how helpful that is. See, this is exactly why I keep saying I'm not the best person to come to for questions like this, because I can't help with things like this. I mean, I know you think of me as a role model, but that doesn't mean I have the answers to absolutely everything. There's things that I just can't help with, and I feel like I'm being asked too much of. Because I didn't sign up to YouTube for this. 'Cause, like I said before, I am a YouTuber, not an agony aunt or a love guru. Like, this is why I keep saying you'd be better off asking someone else, someone who has more experience in this area, like an actual agony aunt or love guru type thing, or do a Google search. I mean, do you not think that would make a lot more sense than waiting a week for me to give you an answer that might not even be right? I'm just saying. Next question. Will you ever do a fan meetup? I'd love to come and meet the legend himself. I'm not sure something like that would really happen. Like, I feel like that would be a bit too difficult for me to organise, for two reasons. One, like I said last week, I'm socially awkward around people I've never met before. I don't really know how to be me, basically. Unless, of course, I just warm up to it and work up to it. I don't know. The other thing is, like, I have a very busy lifestyle. Like, because obviously I work a lot of the time, and whenever I get home after work, I'm just too exhausted to do anything. I just don't want to do anything at all except just chill. Then there's a game night at Dead Uni on Wednesdays, whereas I like to spend my Saturdays just either going over to see friends, like Melee Express Gaming, Gamer Central, or Dell's Logos 1974, or sometimes I just want to have the day to myself, just to relax and chill. And other times, nowadays, I'll be going over to see my girlfriend, or she'll come and see me, and obviously we'll want to spend time with each other. But because she lives in another part of the country, like, it's not easy getting the time to frequently see each other in person. So, I don't know. Would you ever give us a house tour like other YouTubers? Well, house tours aren't really my thing. I mean, there isn't really much to see. I mean, it's just an ordinary house. Like, maybe whenever I move to a new place, I can do a house tour. But otherwise, that's not really my thing. I mean, I can show you guys a tour around this room right here. I've been thinking about doing it for a while, although it is kind of messy in some places. So you'll have to excuse the mess when I do show that video. And then last question. My dad says I should find other hobbies other than Yu-Gi-Oh, but I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is the only thing important in life. Do you have any hobbies? Yeah, just Yu-Gi-Oh and making videos for YouTube. They're my only two big interests, to be honest. Like, with Yu-Gi-Oh being my main hobby and has been for the last 18 years, and making videos for YouTube being my secondary hobby, which is something I've done for the last 14 years. And like I said in another episode, my original hobby was making fan-fictional Sonic comics, which I really should do a video about one of these days. That might be cool for everyone to see. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! And YouTube is all that interests me, really. I mean, I know, like, in my late teens, I enjoyed playing a lot of video games on the Sega Dreamcast and the original Xbox, but it's like, well, is playing video games really considered a hobby? Like, I don't know. That's something I'm a little unsure about. Everyone let me know in the comments if you think playing video games a lot of the time is considered a hobby. Because I'm curious about this. Um, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! And YouTubing are all that interest me, really. Like, that's what I see it as. I didn't come into YouTube seeking fame and fortune and all that jazz, unlike other YouTubers. I mean, it's nice that I have fans and subscribers who love my videos, but literally, I'm just a goofball with a camera and Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks, and I just wanted to share my Yu-Gi-Oh! Life with the world through YouTube. Like, starting with the funny game enders with, like, Elemental Hero Bubble Man and Treeborn Frog. And that was the beginning of my YouTube legacy, really. I do it just for the fun of it. Like, I've been doing it like a lot longer than near enough every other YouTuber that's on here right now. Cyber Knight, Simply Unlucky, Jobber, Ruxin34, Simo, and yet they have a lot more subscribers and are more famous than me. I don't get that. Right. Then there's a couple of questions from John Cross. Haven't heard from him for a while. Yeah, there's 3 questions here. Like, 1, does your girlfriend like scary movies? I'd say yes and no to that one. There's some she will watch, some she won't. Like, I know she doesn't like Saw or something similar, because that's just torture-y stuff, which is grim and hard to watch. And I can see why. That being said, though, I still watched all the Saw movies anyway, like, just out of curiosity of the storyline, but yeah, other than that, it is grim, and I can see why it's not for everyone. I know she doesn't like The Grudge or The Ring, or not that much anyway. I guess things like that with supernatural ghost girls just freak her out. I think she likes other kinds of scary movies, because I did ask her about this question the other day. I'm just trying to remember everything she said about it. I know she said that if she did watch a scary movie, she'd rather watch it with me. Yeah, which is fine and fair enough. Like, I'll watch them with her, just hold her, keep her safe from the scariness. 2. Since I am running a Magician's Salvation in my Dark Magician deck, should I keep Sage's Stone in? I'm going to say no on that one, purely because typically in a Dark Magician deck nowadays, you'd only play 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl, and obviously Sage's Stone's activation requires Dark Magician Girl to be on the field, and it's not really worth it if you're only playing 1 Dark Magician Girl. So, no, I would not recommend keeping Sage's Stone in. Of course, if you were playing a Dark Magician Girl deck, though, or Magician Girls, then you could probably play Sage's Stone. I personally don't. In my own Magician Girl deck, well, I'm only playing one Dark Magician in there, and like, I don't know how often you see it really. It's probably better off in like a standard classic Dark Magician Girl deck. Nearly said Dark Magician. 3. I have a request duel. Your Dark Magician deck versus your Egyptian God deck. Consider it done. I'll see who's willing to help me with that one. Might not do it tomorrow night. No, because I'll be focusing more on the next part of Team Sorcerer's anniversary. Me and Weber's 5 do have something planned for that, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled on the Team Sorcerer's channel to see what it is. But yeah, I will do that request when I can. I did wonder if someone would request that matchup at some point. I know I already faced Express Gaming's Egyptian God deck with my Dark Magician deck, but we've yet to see my Dark Magician deck in action there against my own one. So we'll make it happen. I might need to make some slight changes to both those decks though. Let's see. Then there's 8 questions here from Gunner. 1. Are you interested in a display opening battle of Battles of Chaos with me next year? It would be fun. Are you challenging me, sir, to a booster box battle? Because if so, I accept. Like, yeah, sounds like fun. I've never had a booster box battle with anyone before. Like, never in all my years of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi Tubing. So, yeah, I accept your challenge, and may the best man win. 2. Do you go to regionals or bigger events to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Do you participate in your Yu-Gi-Oh! History ones? I don't know what you mean by Yu-Gi-Oh! History ones. I mean, I used to play in regionals and similar tournaments, never a YCS though, but I don't play in those anymore. Like, I lost interest in them like 8 to 9 years ago. I just don't like those kinds of events anymore. Like, they just don't interest me. I mean, I was more up for them in my early to mid-20s, because I wanted to play in a regional or a city tournament with an original deck, which in my case would be Dark Magician, qualify for the Nationals, play in the Nationals and get as far as I can and just make my mark in the Yu-Gi-Oh! World that way. Just too many annoying things happened which kind of stopped me, really. Same with things like the Pharaoh's Tour, Fortune Tour, Summer Cup qualifiers. Like, some of the time I'd do really well in them and then just end up not going to the finals due to some stupid reason. Like, maybe I can talk more about this another time in like a Yu-Gi-Oh! History video. No, nowadays, like, I'm not interested in those kinds of events. Like, I just really don't like them anymore. They're just not fun, and they're more for players who just only care about winning and just take the game far too seriously. In fact, there's 4 specific things which kind of make those events off-putting, and just why I really don't want to play in them anymore. Like, entry is too expensive, there's too much meta, there's too many ridiculous, strict, over-the-top rules, and there's the fear that it might be disorganised, like YCS London was, like, several years back. I didn't go to the event, obviously, but I heard that the event started, like, 2 hours late. And fuck that. Now, regarding the entry, like, I know it's expensive because there's obviously a lot of rounds to get through, and you do get 5 packs for participating, or at least I did that one time where I did go to the UK Nationals and the last regional I played in, which was the Margate one back in May 2012. The only issue is, well, the issues rather are you could end up just pulling janky hollows, or before Breakers of Shadow came out, no hollows at all, which is actually what happened to me in the Generation 4 sneak peek, and that absolutely sucks. And then there's also that chance that you could just scrub out and lose all your games, and then it just ends up being a waste of money. Like, that's what it felt like when I went to the Nationals. I mean, I did win 1 match, and that was it, but other than that, I just scrubbed out, and it just didn't feel worth it. Like, I felt like I wasted that £15, and it could have gone towards something else. And then, of course, there's the fact that there's too much meta. Like, I know, like, lots of meta is to be expected at these events, but like, if everyone's known me for a while, you'll know that meta, well, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of meta. Like, there are some rare ones that I genuinely did like, like Zero Dad, Machiners, Light Swans, before I ended up hating them because they hate me. But other than that, I just don't like meta. Like, either there'll be decks that are just boring to play against, or they're just really fucking annoying because they do something that stopped me from being able to play the game, whether it OTKs, locks my deck down, or both, or FTKs, and it's just aggravating. Which is actually the main reason why I don't play in normal tournaments anymore, but I'll get to that later. And then, of course, there's the ridiculous over-the-top rules that they have there, especially when it comes to sleeves. Like they just have no chill. Like, I mean, I can understand that obviously they don't want you to use damaged sleeves, marked sleeves, or even clear ones, but other than that, you should be able to use whatever sleeves you want. I mean, I know there's some, they say that there are sleeves that can reflect, but you know, I've had a look and they don't reflect shit. Like, it's too dark. Like, let me show you an example. I've got some other sleeves right here. Like, I mean, this would have fuck all reflection. Like, I don't know. Hmm. It's, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, alright. I suppose I don't. It's hard to say. Like, I really don't think they're that reflective. But like, I guarantee that if I entered one of those events and I used these sleeves in the deck I'm using, I would probably not allowed to enter. Like, it's just ridiculous. Things like, again with the siren, again there's also positions of cards, that, which, is understandable. Like, I mean, I prefer it if me and the opponent put cards in their proper places. Although, if someone's left-handed, and they have, like, let's say, the main deck zone on this side, like where my left hand is, extra deck and field zones on my right, that's fair enough. I think they can be excused, but I don't know. Now, I know, obviously, strict rules are needed at these sorts of things to stop people cheating, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other examples of ridiculous, over-the-top rules. But I don't know, just organisers and judges just have no chill sometimes at these things. Like, at least locals are more chilled. I mean, sure, there are rules that need to be followed in local tournaments as well, but at least they're more chilled out. But even then, regular locals haven't been appealing to me recently, but I'll get to that later. Yeah, I don't see myself ever playing in regionals and stuff ever again. 3. Did you ever travel to Germany to take a holiday, like sightseeing, etc.? No, I've never been to Germany before. The only places abroad I've been to are France, like many times, like for almost 30 years now, Spain, Belgium briefly, Holland, Norway, and that's it. Yeah, they're the only places I've ever been abroad to. I mean, will I ever go to Germany one day? I don't know. We'll see what happens over the course of the rest of my life. 4. Are you a otaku, or a person that really enjoys to watch certain anime? I don't know what an otaku is. I don't really watch a lot of animes these days. I mean, I've lost interest in watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. I'm happy to watch the original series of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds back, as well as the movies that came out. Other than that, there's nothing really. Like, I did watch all of Death Note, though. I did watch all of Madoka Magica last year. I think that's what it's called. That was kind of recommended. And I have seen a few Japanese anime movies done by Studio Ghibli, or however you say it. I've seen things like Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Does Howl's Moving Castle count as one? I can't remember if that's part of the series. But I actually do have 3 of them on DVD. I have Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, Laputa, Castle in the Sky, and Whisper in the Heart, which is one of my all-time favourite movies. I don't know why, but I just really like that movie a lot. In a way, it's kind of relatable. 5. What is your favourite music genre or your favourite song? I don't really have a specific favourite song. If I do end up with a red hot favourite, it tends to change every now and then. Like, for instance, a few that I liked listening to a lot would be Stronger by Kelly Clarkson, and a few by Nickelback, like Never Gonna Be Alone, Gotta Be Somebody, and Today Was Your Last Day. Yeah, I guess a favourite song just changes every once in a while. Yeah, I guess my particular favourites would just be rock music and pop music, basically. Like, although I'm part goth, I do like listening to cheesy pop songs as well. Whether it's newer stuff or stuff from the late 90s and the 2000s. That's more my thing. 6. What is the most bad thing that has ever happened to you? Oh, bad Yu-Gi-Oh thing that ever happened to you. I mean, of course, not the taboo theme. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to in terms of the taboo theme. I mean, that was hard to say at first. I think probably the worst thing was something that happened in 2004 on a forum where basically this person was just antagonising me, and basically no one did anything about it. Like, if you're wondering what happened, it's because I was... Well, back then, I was kind of a sore loser when it came to trying to play the game properly. Like, it's not something I'm proud of. It's just that I wasn't used to the actual rules at the time. I was frustrated. I didn't have a lot of good cards to work with at the time. And this guy kept ripping into me over it, and we just get into arguments, and I tried to report him, but no one did anything about it, so I ended up leaving that forum. Like, I don't know how anyone can defend such an antagonistic arsehole. Mind you, some people did take my side, though. Like, I did eventually go back to that forum after some encouragement to go to these tournaments in Edgeware. Then this person antagonised me again, but this time something actually was done about him, and he got temporarily banned from that forum. Like, personally, back then I would have loved it if he was completely banned, but I was jumping for joy over it, and I was like, yes, at last, karma bit him in the arse. I'd like to think that karma will just come after someone who's done wrong. I mean, he was unbanned though, which is kind of annoying, although it was said that he was going to quit the game, but then he didn't. But then, like, sometime after that, like, he he changed and became a better person, and we got along a lot better after that. So it worked out okay in the end. 7. What is the best thing in Yu-Gi-Oh that ever happened to you? I think, without a doubt, that would be eventually meeting my current girlfriend. Definitely. I mean, this took some thinking about, to be honest, because there's been a lot of good memories, like meeting most of the friends I have today, especially my Aylesbury friends, YouTube friends spread throughout mainly the UK and America, getting my job, just winning tournaments with non-meta decks, but although meeting my girlfriend doesn't have much to do with like playing the game itself, like she's the best thing that came out of this game for me. Like, it's like I said the other week, like if it hadn't been for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, we wouldn't have met. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's just changed my life in so many great ways. Like, I can't imagine what things would be like if I never got into the game. But I'm glad I did, and I'm glad that it eventually led me to meeting the love of my life. Yeah, this is one of those other moments where this just melts her heart, just watching this. And 8. Can you make more videos from your local store if you have a local store? It would be nice to see some tournament reports or something like that. Well, yeah, I mean, I do have a local store. It's called Dead Universe Comics. Like, I go there every week. Like, where do you think I am when I record those Hoodoo videos, like, every Wednesday night? I mean, technically, I do film videos from my locals. Like, if you mean tournament videos, however, that's not my thing anymore. It's something I did talk about a few times already, but to be fair, I know you haven't watched my videos for very long, but I don't actually play in normal tournaments anymore. Like, I've given up playing in them for good. Now, and it wasn't the first time I stopped playing in them. I've quit them now 10 times, which is a ridiculous amount, I know. But something just convinced me to keep coming back, and honestly, I don't know why I bothered coming back and giving them chance after chance after chance. Like, I wish I'd stayed retired from them the first time I quit. I stopped playing in them recently because I just got really fed up of several things, like the meta decks that I hate because they do things that don't let me play the game, just the existence of degenerate floodgates, like there can only be one, not drawing my sided cards when I need them, and getting fucked over by end of match procedure. It just got really annoying. That's basically what happened last time, and it just outright put me off playing in them. Oh, something I should say before I started talking about this, which is a disclaimer: I am in no way trying to put people off playing in tournaments. Like, if you like tournaments and want to keep playing in them, then, well, that's up to you. That's your business. I'm just simply explaining why I don't like tournaments anymore and why they don't appeal to me personally. And that's basically the reason. There are other things that make tournaments off-putting to me. Is the existence of Red Eye's Dark Dragoon, my most hated card in the entire game, Ash Blossom existing, which is among my top 5 most hated cards in the game. Like it does too many things that stop anyone from being able to play, and I'm so sick and tired of seeing it in almost every fucking deck I see. Like, right, yeah, she's a necessary evil against competitive decks, but to me, Ash is pure evil. Like, I just feel like, because I don't play meta, every time an Ash is dropped on me, I feel like I'm being punished for a crime that the meta committed and I didn't. And the other frustrating thing is that there's fuck all ways to counter Ash Blossom and Dragoon. I mean, yeah, there are ways of dealing with them, but what everyone needs to understand is that just because there are outs to an annoying card doesn't mean you're guaranteed to see them every single time, no matter how many outs you have. It's just really frustrating. And then, of course, it's just generally dealing with players who take the game far too seriously. Whether they only care about winning rather than playing for fun and trying desperately to win with the types of decks and cards that I talked about earlier, just being anal about the rules and backseat dueling. Like I said, the backseat dueling just really frustrates me. They just have no chill and just get triggered for no good reason. I'm just sick and tired of it. And there was one time where I quit a tournament play because I was given shit over a game state mistake that wasn't even my fault. I just think that's unfair and unjust. Now, I know, obviously, it's both players' responsibility to make sure the game state is correct, but at the same time, it's the card holder's responsibility to know how their own cards work, especially if one player is using cards that the other player isn't even familiar with. Obviously, if the opponent fucked up with a card that I am familiar with, it's like, okay, that's fine, fair enough. It's a mistake we both should have picked up on, and we should both get a game loss or something for it. Although I'll still be annoyed that my opponent made this mistake. But if the opponent fucked up with a card that I'm not familiar with, then I'm sorry, but that's not my fault, and I shouldn't be given shit over it. Because it's like, I'm not familiar with this card, I don't know how it works and how it doesn't. I don't know that the opponent's messing up. How can I know? Besides reading the damn card, I mean, it's all very well saying read the card, but reading is one thing, trying to remember as well as trying not to misread the card is another thing. And I know this is probably going to come off as an unpopular opinion which people won't agree with, but I couldn't care less. I don't care what people think or say about this. I will not be given shit over the mistakes and wrongdoings of someone else. Otherwise, like I said, it's just unfair and unjust, and like at the time I was just so pissed off and upset over this that I just quit tournaments again, and was the one and only time where I didn't quit them because of the meta and the format. And I would have just, I had no intention of coming back, but the only reason I did was because I was guilt-tripped into it. Like, although I was glad to be back afterwards, at the same time, like, I don't take kindly to people guilt-tripping me into doing something that I don't want to do. And then there were a few occasions where, like, in tournaments where I'd make stupid misplays and bad decisions, which would end up costing me the game, and it would just break my confidence and feel like I've just lost my touch. I mean, I wouldn't say the reason why I quit recently was a confidence issue. Like, well, I like to think I'm good enough as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, and I'm not scared of meta or decks that I hate. It's just that those kinds of decks just frustrate me too much and just make the game unenjoyable. Like, I just don't see the point in playing out a game if I can't play. Like, because some of us just don't want to get games turn one before we've had a chance to do anything, or have our deck locked down by some bullshit board of negates or disruptions so we can't do anything at all. I'd much rather stay on the casual side, because I am done with the competitive side. Like, in my opinion, there's just too many toxic and negative aspects about the competitive side, and I just want no part of it anymore. That being said, though, there are 3 kinds of tournaments that I will make an exception for. Like, obviously, if Dead Universe Comics ever does start up pass format tournaments, like GOAT format for instance, or they do more Pegasus Challenge tournaments or Speed Duel tournaments, I will definitely be up for those, like, absolutely, because Pegasus Challenge tournaments are actually so much fun, and I would love to do more of those, and I will be on board for pass format, especially if it's like anything that comes after Yatterlock and before the Age of Synchros began. Whereas I want to see how my Poker Knights, or Arcana Knights rather, do in a Speed Duel tournament, and I want to give my Speed Duel Dark Magician deck another chance. And I guess my Elemental Heroes once that GX box comes out. But normal tournaments, in the words of Simon Cowell, it's a no from me. And the last 3 questions are from Matt and Alison Welch, if I can talk properly. 1. Do you think we will ever get an actual Red Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and what effect will it have? I'm not so sure we will at this point. I mean, maybe we will. Don't know what the materials would be, whether it's just 3 Red Eyes Black Dragons or just any 3 Red Eyes monsters. But I don't know if it would be as powerful as the original Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon or its counterparts. I kind of feel watered down, just like how Red Eyes Darkness Dragon is a watered down version of Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. That can negate anything that targets it, whereas Red Eyes Darkness Dragon has no immunity of any kind. So I'm not sure, like, either it won't have an effect at all, or whether it will have something that's not as good as Alternative Ultimate Dragon or Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Um, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could have some kind of burn effect or destruction effect, but I feel like Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon already has a card destroying effect. So I don't know if they'd give one to a Red Eyes version. Maybe it would be something like Red Eyes Alternative Black Dragon, where like if a Red Eyes Ultimate gets destroyed, you special free Red Eyes monsters or something. I don't know. It's hard to say. 2. You and your friends are enjoying a fun night together, laughing and telling funny stories and doing daring things. You are dared to drink the extract from the hottest pepper in existence. If you drink it, you get given $1,000. Would you accept the challenge? Well, I guess in this case, since I'm British, it would be £1,000. I'm assuming that would be the Carolina Reaper. At least I think it's still the hottest pepper in the world. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. I feel like I would give that a go. Just because it's me and I'm a spice idiot. Because like that £1,000 is just too tempting. Like hell, that could cover my Battles of Chaos case or a Starlight Red Dark Magician easily. So I think I would give it a go, most definitely, as long of course as there's milkshakes and ice cream on standby just to cool down the heat. Otherwise I'll just suffer too much. 3. Alison and I had the opportunity back in 2018 to jump 14,000 feet and parachute out of an aeroplane to get over my bad fear of heights. Let's just say it did not work at all. Sorry to hear that. But we still had a great time. Could you see yourself doing something like that with your girlfriend? I'm going to be honest, absolutely not, because I'm terrified of heights. Like, I'm nervous about flying. I mean, although I like seeing views on hills and buildings and stuff like that, at the same time, I'm afraid of heights or nervous about them. Yeah, I'm just weird like that. Like, I'm nervous about flying on an aeroplane anyway, and just the thought of dropping really high out of an aeroplane just terrifies me. Like, it would just scare me shitless. But I don't know if my girlfriend would be up for it though. Like, I'm pretty sure this topic did come up like one night, but I can't remember what she said about it. I think she said she probably would. Like, I can't remember. Yeah, I have an excellent memory, but I can't remember details like this. So annoying. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about my girlfriend, but as for me, I'm once again going to say, it's a no from me. Alright, and that is it for questions in this episode. Again, it's a really long one. That's what she said. Yeah, thank you very much for your guys' questions. And remember, if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening at UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.